I'm holding the key to our new house, its silver edges catching the morning light as I stand in the empty living room. It's heavier than I expected, like it's carrying every hope I've pinned on this place. The walls smell of fresh paint, and through the window I can see the little front yard where I imagine planting lavender someday. Caleb's in the kitchen, unpacking coffee mugs, humming some tune from our college days. This is it, I think. Our home. The one I dreamed of as a kid, sketching perfect houses on scraps of paper while my parents fought in the next room. I hang one of those sketches, a small watercolor of a house with a red door and a swing above the entryway. It's childish, but it's mine, a piece of the girl who believed she could build something better. The key feels warm in my hand, a promise that she was right. The doorbell cuts through my thoughts, sharp and demanding. I slip the key into my pocket and open the door. A woman stands there mid-60s in a tailored blazer, her smile as crisp as her ironed slacks. Her eyes, though, are cold, scanning me like I'm a tenant who's late on rent. "Ellie, I presume," she says, extending a hand. "I'm Evelyn Warner, president of the Cedar Grove HOA. Welcome to the neighborhood?" Her grip is firm, almost challenging. "Thanks," I say, forcing a smile. "My husband Caleb is—" "No need to fetch him," she interrupts, stepping inside without asking. Her heels click on the hardwood, and she eyes my watercolor painting with a raised eyebrow. Charming. Though we do have guidelines for exterior decorations. You'll find everything in here. She hands me a thick binder, its cover embossed with the HOA logo. Yard standards, paint colors, noise rules we keep Cedar Grove exceptional. I'm sure you'll fit right in. The key digs into my thigh through my jeans, its warmth fading. "We'll do our best," I say, but her smile doesn't reach her eyes. "I'll hold you to that," she says. "We have a meeting tomorrow, 7 p.m. my place. Bring Caleb. I like to know who's living in my neighborhood." She's gone before I can respond, leaving me with the binder and a knot in my stomach. The key feels heavier now, like it's tethered to a rulebook I didn't sign up for. I look at my painting, its red door bright against the white wall, and wonder if I've already made a mistake. That night, over takeout tacos, I tell Caleb about Evelyn. He's sprawled on the couch, his laptop balanced on his knees, already half lost in work emails. "Sounds like a typical HOA busybody," he says, shrugging. "Just smile and nod. We'll be fine." "She didn't feel typical," I say, picking at a tortilla chip. She walked in like she owns the place. "And this binder, it's basically a manual for how to breathe in Cedar Grove." He laughs, but it's distracted. "You're overthinking it, Elle. We've got enough to deal with unpacking. Let's not borrow trouble." I want to argue to make him see the way Evelyn's eyes sized me up, but he's already typing again. The key's on the coffee table, glinting like it's watching me. Growing up, I moved between foster homes, never staying long enough to feel safe. This house, this key, was supposed to be my anchor. But Evelyn's visit feels like a crack in that dream, and Caleb's dismissal makes it wider. The HOA meeting is in Evelyn's mansion, all marble floors and curated art. A dozen neighbors sip wine, nodding, as Evelyn lectures about community standards. Caleb's next to me, scrolling through his phone, checked out. I clutch the key in my pocket, trying to focus. "We're delighted to have Ellie and Caleb." Evelyn says, her smile fixed on me. "I trust you've reviewed the guidelines, Ellie. We had a newcomer last year who thought a neon mailbox was acceptable. We can't have that." The room chuckles, but it's a warning, not a joke. I glance at Caleb, hoping he'll say something, but he's still on his phone. "We're getting settled," I say, my voice tight. "I'll read them soon." Evelyn's eyes linger on me, sharp enough to cut. "Do. Compliance is key in Cedar Grove." Tessa, Evelyn's daughter, saunters in all designer jeans and smugness. She's my age, but carries herself like she's untouchable. "New blood," she says, smirking at me. "Hope you're ready to keep up, Ellie. Mom's got big plans for this place." The room laughs again, and I force a smile, but it feels like my face is breaking. The key in my pocket is cold now, a reminder that I'm not just a homeowner here. I'm an outsider, and they're making sure I know it. The next morning, I'm in the front yard pulling weeds to avoid another of Evelyn's friendly reminders. A delivery van drops off an HOA welcome basket, apples, a bottle of wine, a card signed by Evelyn. It's nice, but it feels like a contract, not a gift. I'm carrying it inside when Tessa jogs by her ponytail bouncing like it's taunting me. Cute painting she calls nodding at my watercolor still hanging by the door. Mom's gonna hate it though. Doesn't scream Cedar Grove chic. I freeze the basket heavy in my arms. It's not outside, I say, keeping my voice even. It's in my house. For now, she says, winking before jogging off. I set the basket down and touch the key in my pocket, my fingers brushing the painting's frame. That little house with its red door was my escape as a kid, a dream I carried through years of uncertainty. This house was supposed to make it real. But as I look across the street at Evelyn's perfect lawn, I feel like I'm already losing it. I call Jade, my voice shaking as I sit on the porch. I think I screwed up moving here, I say. Evelyn's not just nosy, she's predatory. Jade's voice is calm like a lifeline. You bought a house, Ellie, not a cage. If she's coming for you, don't let her in. You've got that key. Act like it. I hang up her words, sinking in. She's right. This is my home, my key, my dream. But as I trace the painting's red door with my finger, I can't shake the feeling that Evelyn's already got her claws in it. I'm on my knees in the front yard, ripping out dandelions under the morning sun when Evelyn's shadow falls over me. It's been a week since her visit, and her emails labeled Cedar Grove compliance have been piling up in my inbox, each one a jab about our substandard lawn. The key's in my pocket, its weight heavier every day, and my little watercolor painting still hangs by the door, a quiet act of defiance. I keep pulling weeds, hoping if I make this yard perfect, I'll prove I belong here. Ellie Evelyn says her voice smooth, but edged like a blade wrapped in silk. She's holding a tablet, her pearls glinting against her navy dress. I see you're addressing the weed issue, a step in the right direction. I wipe sweat from my brow, dirt smudging my cheek. Doing what I can, I say, keeping my tone neutral. It's a lot to take on. Her smile is tight like she's grading me and I'm failing. Effort is noted, but our standards are clear. And that painting by your door. She gestures toward my watercolor, its red door bright against the house. It's visible from the street. Page 19, section 5. No unapproved exterior decorations. You'll need to remove it. My stomach twists. That painting isn't just art. It's me, the kid who dreamed of a home when I had none. It's inside, I say, my voice sharper than I mean. It's not hurting anyone. Evelyn taps her tablet, her eyes cold. It's a distraction. And distractions lower property values. You'll also need to replace your mailbox page 14, section 2. Non-compliant designs incur a $200 fine. You have until Friday. The key digs into my thigh, and I grip a dandelion so hard its roots snap. We just moved in, I say, fighting to stay calm. Can't you give us some time? Time is a luxury we don't have, she says, her smile gone. Cedar Grove is a premium community. If you can't keep up, there are consequences. I've already started a compliance file on your property. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. A compliance file? The words hit like a slap, and I'm still processing them when she walks away, her heels clicking like a countdown. The painting seems to stare at me from the doorway, its red door a challenge I'm not sure I can meet. That night, I'm at the kitchen table. The HOA binder open its pages, marked with sticky notes, yellow for rules. We can handle red for the ones that feel like traps. Caleb's across from me, eating reheated pasta. His eyes on his phone. The key's on the table next to my watercolor, which I've taken down to avoid a fight I'm not ready for. This is ridiculous, I say, sliding the binder toward him. She's got rules for everything, mailboxes, paint colors, even my painting. And now she's got a compliance file on us. What does that even mean? Caleb glances up his fork, pausing. It's just HOA stuff, L. Buy a new mailbox, take down the painting, and she'll back off. It's not just stuff, I snap, my voice shaking. She's threatening us. That file could mean fines or worse. And you're acting like it's no big deal. He sighs, setting his phone down. What do you want me to do? Argue with her? She's got the whole neighborhood on her side. Let's just play ball for now. The key feels like a stone in my pocket. I thought Caleb and I were a team that we'd face this together. But he's dodging, and it's making me feel like I'm fighting alone. This is our home, I say, my voice low. Don't you care that she's trying to control it? He looks at me, his eyes tired. I care, but I don't see the point in starting a war over a painting or a mailbox. We just got here. His words settle like dust, and I pick up the key, its edges biting my palm. I thought this was our dream, but it's starting to feel like his is just to avoid trouble. The next day, I'm at Jade's studio, surrounded by her half-finished canvases, the smell of paint grounding me. She's mixing colors, her hands steady, while I spill everything Evelyn, the compliance file, Caleb's indifference. My watercolors in my bag, its absence from the door like a missing tooth. She's not just controlling, I say, my voice tight. She's building a case against us. What if she's trying to push us out? Jade sets down her brush, her eyes sharp. Sounds like she's got an agenda. You need to push back, Ellie. That key in your pocket. It's yours, not hers. Act like it. I want to, I say, clutching the key. But Caleb thinks I'm overreacting, and Evelyn's got this power. She mentioned a file, Jade, like she's collecting evidence. Jade leans forward, her voice firm. Then find out what's in that file. Talk to the neighbors. Someone's got to know something. You're not the first person she's targeted. Her words spark a flicker of hope, but it's fragile. I think of my painting now hidden away, and the kid who drew it dreaming of a place to belong. I can't let Evelyn take that from me. But as I leave the studio, the key feels heavier, like it's pulling me into a fight I'm not sure I can win. A few days later, I'm at the hardware store buying a new mailbox to dodge Evelyn's fine. I'm comparing prices when Tessa struts in her phone glued to her ear, laughing about some influencer event. She spots me and hangs up her smirk sharp. Mailbox shopping, she says, eyeing my cart. Mom said you were dragging your feet. Good to see you're finally catching up. I grip the cart, my knuckles white. Just doing what I need to, I say, keeping my voice even. She steps closer, her voice low. Mom's got big plans for Cedar Grove. Upscale buyers, higher property values. But your little artsy vibe. She gestures at my paint-splattered jeans. It's not part of the vision. No offense. Her words sting, like she's dismissing not just my house, but me. I think of the key, the painting, the years I spent building a life from nothing. We're not going anywhere, I say, my voice steady. This is our home. Tessa laughs, already back on her phone. Keep telling yourself that. I buy the mailbox and drive home, her words looping in my head. Not part of the vision. The key feels like a challenge now, daring me to prove her wrong. But when I get home, there's a letter in the mailbox, not the new one, the old one still dented and non-compliant. It's from our home insurance company, and my hands shake as I open it. Dear Ms. Thompson, we regret to inform you that your homeowner's insurance renewal has been denied due to a negative community compliance rating from the Cedar Grove HOA. Please address this issue to reinstate coverage. My breath catches. No insurance means we can't keep the mortgage. We could lose the house. The key slips from my fingers, clattering onto the counter, and I stare at my painting propped against the wall, its red door mocking me. Evelyn's not just controlling the neighborhood, she's coming for everything I have. I'm sitting on the kitchen floor, the insurance denial letter crumpled in my lap, the key cold against my palm. The watercolor painting leans against the wall, its red door a reminder of the dream I thought I'd built here. Losing insurance could mean losing the house, everything I've worked for, every late-night freelancing, every hope I carried from a childhood of borrowed rooms. Evelyn's compliance file isn't just a threat anymore, it's a guillotine. And Caleb, the one person who's supposed to have my back, is nowhere to be found. He's been at work late every night or so, he says, leaving me to drown in this alone. I'm still on the floor when my phone buzzes with an email from Evelyn, subject, urgent Cedar Grove compliance update. My hands shake as I open it. Ellie, your property, 237, Cedar Grove, has been flagged for multiple violations, including non-compliant mailbox, unauthorized decorations, and landscaping deficiencies. A formal complaint has been filed with the HOA citing potential community safety concerns. Failure to rectify by next Monday may result in escalated action, including legal review. Regards, Evelyn Warner, HOA President. Community safety concerns. It's absurd, but the words twist in my gut. She's not just coming for my painting or my mailbox. She's building a case to push us out. The key feels like a lie now, a promise of ownership that Evelyn's tearing apart. I need to talk to Caleb, but he's not home, and his texts are vague. Stuck at the office. Talk later. I'm starting to wonder what he's really doing. The next morning, I'm at the post office mailing a desperate appeal to the insurance company when I run into Lena, the single mom from 2 houses down. She's juggling a toddler and a stack of bills, but her smile is warm, like she's not carrying the world on her shoulders. Rough week, she asks, nodding at my frazzled expression. You could say that I say clutching the key in my pocket. Evelyn's got a compliance file on us, and our insurance got denied because of her. Lena's eyes widen. That's no coincidence. She did the same to the Martinezes 3 years ago, piled on violations until their insurance dropped. They sold the house for pennies. Evelyn's got a knack for making people disappear. My heart sinks. How do you fight someone like that? Lena shifts her toddler to her hip, her voice low. You don't fight her alone. She's got the HOA board in her pocket, but not everyone's on her side. Talk to people. Start with Sam. He's the quiet guy at the end of the street. He's been here forever and hates her guts. I nod the key, a small spark in my pocket. Lena's words give me something to hold on to, but the weight of Evelyn's email and Caleb's absence makes it hard to breathe. I thank Lena and head home, determined to find answers. That afternoon, I knock on Sam's door, the key in my pocket like a talisman. He's older, maybe 50, with a grizzled beard and a yard full of wildflowers that scream defiance. He invites me in his living room cluttered with books and old vinyl records. Lena said you might know something about Evelyn. I say cutting to the chase. She's got a file on us and our insurance is gone. I need to know what I'm up against. Sam leans back in his chair, his eyes narrowing. Evelyn's not just a control freak. She's playing a bigger game. A few years back, I found a letter in her trash, don't ask, linking her to a real estate group, Pinnacle Investments. They buy up distressed properties, cheap flip them for profit. She uses the HOA to tank home values for anyone who doesn't fit her mold, then swoops in. My breath catches. You're saying she's trying to force us to sell? Exactly, he says, pulling a faded document from a drawer. It's a sale agreement for the Martinez's house sold to Pinnacle for half its value. She's done it before. And she's got connections, lawyers, insurers, even tech firms. You need to watch your back. The key feels like ice now, and I think of Tessa's words. Upscale buyers, higher property values. It's not just about control, it's about money. I thank Sam and leave my mind racing. If Evelyn's working with a real estate group, her compliance file isn't just petty, it's a weapon. When I get home, I'm digging through our files, looking for anything to fight the insurance denial. When I find a manila envelope tucked under Caleb's desk, my hands tremble as I open it. Inside is a copy of Evelyn's HOA complaint, the one claiming safety concerns. And at the bottom in blue ink is Caleb's signature dated 3 days ago. The room spins. He signed it, without telling me. The key falls from my pocket, hitting the floor with a dull clink, and I stare at my painting, its red door blurred through tears. Caleb didn't just stand by, he helped Evelyn build her case against us. The betrayal cuts deeper than anything Evelyn's done, because it's not just my house at stake anymore. It's my marriage, my trust, everything I thought we were. I confront Caleb that night, the envelope in my hand, the key back in my pocket like a wound. He's in the living room, his laptop glowing, but he looks up when I slam the complaint on the coffee table. What is this? I ask, my voice shaking. You signed a complaint against our own house with Evelyn. His face pales, and he sets the laptop down. It's not what it looks like. She said it was just a formality to keep the HOA off our backs. You didn't think I cut him off, tears burning my eyes. You helped her sabotage our insurance, Caleb. We could lose this house. Did you know she's working with Pinnacle Investments, pushing people out for profit? His eyes widen, and for a moment I think he's genuinely shocked. But then he looks away, and I see it, guilt not surprise. I heard rumors at work, he mumbles. Pinnacle's a client. I didn't think it was connected. You didn't think I repeat my voice breaking. Or you didn't want to. You're supposed to be my partner, Caleb. But you're letting her erase me, and you're holding the pen. He reaches for me, but I step back. Ellie, I'm sorry. I thought I was protecting us. Stop, I say, the key heavy in my pocket. You protected yourself, not us. I walk away, the painting's red door staring at me from the corner. I feel like that kid again, alone in a world that doesn't want her. But this time I'm not running. I'm done letting Evelyn or Caleb decide what my home is worth. The next morning, I'm at Jade's studio, the key in my pocket, the painting in my bag. I tell her everything, the insurance, the complaint, Caleb's signature. My voice is steady, but inside I'm shattered. He broke us, I say, clutching the key. And Evelyn's going to take the house if I don't stop her. Jade sets down her paintbrush, her eyes fierce. Then stop her. You're a designer, Ellie. You build things. Build a plan. Use what Sam told you. If she's playing dirty play smarter, I nod the key, a spark in my pocket. She's right. I've been fighting to keep my house, but now I'm fighting for myself. I think of my painting hidden away and the girl who drew it. She didn't give up. Neither will I. I'm in our home office, surrounded by stacks of papers and a laptop screen glowing with HOA emails. My hands trembling as I sift through the wreckage of my life. The key's in my pocket, its weight a constant reminder of what's at stake, our house, my dreams. The girl who painted a red door and believed in a home. Caleb's signature on Evelyn's complaint is burned into my mind, a betrayal that cuts deeper than her threats. My watercolor painting sits in a drawer, hidden like a secret I'm ashamed of. But I'm done hiding. Sam's words about Pinnacle Investments echo in my head. Evelyn's not just a bully, she's a predator, and I need proof to stop her. I'm scrolling through the neighborhood app, looking for anything to tie Evelyn to Pinnacle, when I find a post from her about a community beautification project. Buried in the comments is a mention of Pinnacle as a partner, quickly deleted but screenshotted by Sam. It's a thread thin but real. I text him, my fingers flying. Can you get more on Pinnacle, anything solid? He replies, check Evelyn's office trash. She's sloppy with paper. I'll cover you. The key feels like a spark now urging me to act. The next evening, I'm outside Evelyn's house, heart pounding, as Sam distracts her with a fake complaint about his wildflowers. The key digs into my thigh, grounding me as I slip into her garage where she keeps HOA files. The air smells of printer ink and ambition, and I find a recycling bin overflowing with papers. My hands shake as I dig, pulling out a crumpled invoice from Pinnacle Investments to Evelyn for consulting services dated last month, with a note about 237 Cedar Grove expedite compliance. Our house. There's also an email printout to a Pinnacle exec mentioning lowball offers for non-compliant properties. It's damning, but not enough. Then I find it a draft HOA letter threatening legal action against us for endangering community safety, with a handwritten note in Evelyn's script, confirm with Caleb Pinnacle ready to bid. My breath catches. Caleb's not just complicit, he's part of her plan. The key feels like a blade, now cutting through every illusion I had about us. I snap photos of the documents, shove them back, and slip out Sam's nod across the street, my only cover. I'm shaking not from fear, but from rage. Evelyn's using the HOA to drive us out, and Caleb's helping her sell our home to the highest bidder. The next morning, I'm at Lena's house, the key in my pocket, the photos on my phone. Lena's toddler plays nearby, and her kitchen smells of coffee and hope. I show her the evidence, my voice steady, despite the storm inside. She's not just fining us, I say, pointing to the invoice. She's working with Pinnacle to force us out, buy our house cheap, and flip it. Caleb's in on it, his company's tied to Pinnacle, and he signed her complaint. Lena's jaw tightens. That's why she went after the Martinezes. My hoop, Sam's flowers, it's all about control, making us sell low so her buddies profit. We need more people, I say. If we show this at the HOA meeting, we can force a vote to oust her. But we need a crowd. Lena nods, pulling out her phone. I'll call the Wilsons, Sam, anyone who's sick of her. You get that evidence ready. And Ellie. She looks at me, eyes fierce. Don't let Caleb off easy. I clutch the key, its edges biting. She's right. I've been fighting Evelyn. But Caleb's betrayal is the wound that won't close. I need to face him before I face her. That night, I confront Caleb in our living room, the key in my hand, the painting still hidden in the drawer. He's on the couch, his laptop closed for once, but his eyes are guarded like he knows what's coming. "I found your name in Evelyn's papers," I say, holding up my phone with the photo of her note. "You're working with her and Pinnacle to sell our house. How could you—" His face crumples, but it's not enough to soften me. "L. I didn't know the whole plan," he says, his voice low. "Pinnacle's a client. Evelyn approached me, said if we complied, she'd ease up. I thought I was saving us." "Saving us?" I laugh, tears burning my eyes. "You signed a complaint that could cost us our home. You lied to me, Caleb. You chose her over me." He stands, reaching for me, but I back away. "I was trying to protect you," he says, his voice breaking. "I didn't want us to lose everything." "You already did," I say, the key trembling in my fist. "This was supposed to be our home, our dream. But you gave it to her. I'm done fighting for us when you're not even on my side." He doesn't answer, just stares at the floor, and I know it's over. Not just the fight with Evelyn, but us. I slip the key into my pocket and walk away, the red door in my mind's eye fading like a memory I can't hold on to. The next day, I'm at Jade's studio, the key in my pocket, the painting in my bag. I tell her about the evidence, Caleb, everything. My voice is raw, but there's a fire in me now, fueled by the girl who painted that red door and refused to break. "You're not just fighting for your house," Jade says. Her brush paused mid-stroke. "You're fighting for everyone she's hurt. Use that evidence, Ellie. Burn her empire down." I nod, the key warm in my pocket. I spend the day preparing, printing the documents, emailing a local reporter who's covered HOA scandals. Lena's rallied 10 neighbors, including Sam and the Wilsons, and we're ready for the HOA meeting tomorrow. But as I leave Jade's, I get a text from Tessa Nice. "Try with the petition, but Mom's got this locked. Back off or you're done." I stare at the message, the key aflame in my pocket. Tessa's wrong. I'm not backing off. I'm just getting started. I'm standing in Evelyn's marble-floored living room, the HOA meeting buzzing around me, my heart pounding like a war drum. The key's in my pocket, its edges warm against my thigh, and my watercolor painting is tucked in my bag, a silent promise to the girl who dreamed of a red door. The printed Pinnacle documents are in my hand, their weight heavier than any fine Evelyn's ever threatened. Lena's next to me, her eyes fierce, and Sam's in the back, nodding encouragement. A local reporter, Mia, sits quietly in the corner, invited as an observer, after I tipped her off about Evelyn's scheme. Caleb's not here. He moved out 2 days ago, leaving a note that said, "I'm sorry, Elle. I can't fix this." His absence hurts, but it's also a relief. This fight is mine now. Evelyn's at the front, her smile as polished as her pearls, lecturing about community excellence. Tessa's by her side, smirking her phone, glowing like a trophy. I wait until Evelyn opens the floor, then stand, my voice cutting through the room. "I have a motion," I say, holding up the documents. "To remove Evelyn Warner as HOA president and reform the Cedar Grove rules. She's been using the HOA to force residents out for Pinnacle Investments, a real estate group profiting off our homes." The room goes dead silent, then erupts in gasps. Evelyn's smile freezes her eyes, locking onto me like I'm a target. "That's preposterous," she says, her voice tight. "This is out of order." "No, it's not," I interrupt, holding up the HOA binder. Page 9, Section 4. Any resident can call for a leadership vote with evidence of misconduct. And I have evidence. I pass copies of the Pinnacle invoice and email to Lena, who hands them out. Evelyn's been working with Pinnacle to tank property values, file false complaints, and buy our homes cheap. She even got my husband to sign one against our own house. I pull out the complaint with Caleb's signature, my voice steady despite the ache in my chest. This was filed to kill our insurance, forcing us to sell. And here's her note. I hold up the photo of her handwriting. "Confirm with Caleb Pinnacle ready to bid." She's been colluding with my husband's company, using him to push us out. The room explodes, neighbors shouting some demanding answers, others staring at Evelyn like they're seeing her for the first time. Tessa's smirk is gone, her phone forgotten. Mia's scribbling furiously, her presence a ticking bomb. Evelyn raises her hands, trying to regain control, but it's slipping. This is slander, she snaps, her face pale. Those documents are fabricated. I've only ever acted in Cedar Grove's best interests. Then explain this, a voice calls out. It's Mrs. Martinez, the former resident Lena mentioned, standing at the back. Her voice trembles, but grows stronger. You did the same to us. Piled on fines, killed our insurance, forced us to sell to Pinnacle for nothing. I kept the emails, Evelyn. You thought I wouldn't fight back. The room roars, neighbors turning on Evelyn, their voices a wave of anger and betrayal. Sam stands his wildflowers, a badge of defiance. She fined me for my solar panels, called them a hazard. It's all about her deals, not our homes. Lena's next, her toddler's hoop in her mind. She's been bullying us for years, making us feel like we don't belong. Enough. The dominoes fall one voice after another until Evelyn's standing alone, her clipboard useless. Mia steps forward, recorder in hand. Ms. Warner care to comment on these allegations for the Portland Tribune. Evelyn's eyes dart, her composure cracking. This meeting is adjourned, she says, but no one listens. A neighbor I barely know, Mr. Wilson, calls for an immediate vote. The ayes are deafening, and by the end of the night, Evelyn's ousted as president, her reign over Cedar Grove shattered. Tessa storms out, her mother trailing behind their empire in ruins. A week later, I'm back in our house alone, but not lonely. Caleb and I are done. He's staying with a friend, and we're working out the divorce. It hurts, but it's the right kind of pain, the kind that comes from choosing yourself. The keys in my pocket, no longer a burden, but a symbol of what I've won. My painting's back above the door, its red door bright against the wall, a promise kept to the girl who drew it. Lena and I have started a new neighborhood group, not an HOA, but a cooperative with rules that respect differences, wildflowers, basketball hoops, red doors. I'm using my design skills to build a website, a platform to share our model with other neighborhoods, making HOAs transparent, accountable. It's small, but it's growing, and every click feels like a step toward healing. The insurance company reinstated our coverage after Mia's article exposed Evelyn's scheme and Pinnacle's under investigation. I'm not out of the woods financially, but I'm standing, and that's enough for now. This morning I'm on the porch, the key in my hand, it's silver warm from the sun. Across the street, a new sign reads, Cedar Grove Cooperative, under reform. I think of Jade, who's painting a mural for our first co-op meeting, and Lena, who's planning a block party. I think of the girl who drew that red door, who never stopped dreaming of a home. I hang the key on a hook by the painting, its place secure. It's not just for a house anymore, it's for me, my voice, my fight. I step inside, the red door closing behind me, and for the first time in months, I'm home.